3 workshops that explore different creative techniques to explore people's thoughts about the brain and maybe what's maybe about their stroke, maybe just about their own life. We're going to be using coloured tissue paper, and through the colours everyone's going to choose what emotions those colours represent, and then they're going to create a brain, an image of the brain, their image of the brain, and put the colours and layer up the tissue paper in a way that will represent their emotional brain, so the emotions that make them up, and you'll see from the results that they're going to be quite different.
By bringing stroke survivors and medical students into the same creative space, it would be a very fertile way for stroke survivors to share their experiences of stroke, and for medical students to really understand what the impact of stroke was on everyday lives and how people struggle to recreate life after stroke.
I've enjoyed volunteering in this stroke project, and I've learned a lot from the patient's perspective with their experience with stroke.
They've involved themselves very quickly. They've integrated into the discussion group around the table, and they've been very proactive.
Most people will come into a session and say, I can't do art, I'm not talented in art. So I'm hoping, and I think that we can prove that through the results that we've got, that everybody can do art. Everyone has an artistic and creative ability, and by using these techniques, which are quite simple but have a lot of scope for creating really good visual effects, everyone can create something that they're pleased with.
I'm not artistic. I couldn't draw a straight line really without a ruler, but I've enjoyed trying to express myself in a different, like at the moment I'm sticking bits of coloured paper onto a pattern to try and explain my feelings of my brain.
It does allow the stroke survivors to maybe ask the students about what's the different areas of the brain, what does this scan that we've got in front of us mean, and they can sort of tell them their knowledge. You can express yourself through ready-made images and ready-made text, so you don't have to worry about what something looks like trying to represent a person when you could use a cutout of a person to represent something about yourself.
I really think it could be part of rehabilitation after stroke, this sort of work.
You see like the long-term effects it has on people, and how this as art therapy can help in that long-term rehabilitation process. This is like a group of people that I never would have spent this much time with before. I think it's really useful and helps people to look at things in a different way.
I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed meeting new people and hearing everyone's stories and getting a different perspective on stroke. I think it gives people an outlet to maybe speak about things that are challenging to talk about or more subjective and difficult to communicate, and gives you a chance to learn a bit more about yourself as well.
I think the atmosphere of the workshops has been excellent, because there seems to have very quickly developed a strong empathy between the stroke survivors and the medical students, which I think is a real outcome for the project.
And I think it's been really great. I will do it again.
This is a useful way of first meeting somebody, essentially a member of the public who could be under their care, and just an easy way of meeting somebody basically that's not in such a formal environment and having to treat them, and understand a little bit about how stroke impacts on their life.
Yeah, I highly recommend other medical students to take part in such project, because it's not just about learning from the lectures, not just learning from notes, it's about experiencing.